everybody! Welcome back! Welcome back to Galaxy Grudge Match Lightspeed. We're back again.
Howdy.
It's me, Max. You mean me?
Oh, Max. Hello.
We haven't recorded one of these in a while, even though they've been going up weekly. So we're all
Been a hot minute. But
Yeah.
we're gonna finish up the first wave, and let's see what we can do. Now, this first one is the Cat in the Hat, which is Uncle Grandpa. And, what do we got here? The scenario is something, look after Cartman, something. So, it's basically like the nanny episode of South Park, right?
Yeah.
Who's going for who? Who's taking Cat?
I am taking the Cat in the Hat.
Let's go. Let's hear Cat in the Hat. Why did he do it?
Can I get a repeat of the scenario again?
They're looking after Cartman.
Okay, so I think the biggest thing that Cat in the Hat has going for him when looking after Cartman is that Cartman's a piece of shit, and that Cat in the Hat is very much charismatic enough to the point where he would be able to basically put up with any of Cartman's antics, and even if Cartman were to make fun of him. I don't think Uncle Grandpa has the stomach to deal with Cartman for a long period of time, and plus, Cat in the Hat's powers for basically being able to have as many of him as he wants, having a ton of tools and technology on his side. He has another alternate dimension amusement park. I think Cartman's going to be very well handled by the Cat in the Hat here. That's just like my first little debate. We can get into the rest later.
Yeah, solid start for Cat. Brandon, Uncle Grandpa.
Okay. The thing with watching Cartman is you kind of can't watch him in the same way as like a normal kid. You can't really teach Cartman a lesson because no matter what, Cartman is just either he is just going to deify himself and fight against whatever Cat in the Hat tries to do. So unfortunately, I think Cat in the Hat is just way like his methods are way too childish for Eric Cartman to ever care. And that's just about it. I feel like Uncle Grandpa just has I would want nothing more than Cat in the Hat to win. I don't Uncle Grandpa, but I think he just has way more options. Like just like from the sheer list of people he's gone, even in just the say Uncle, we got Dexter, Dee Dee, the Powerpuff Girls, Ed and Eddie, Billy, Mandy, Mac, Juniper Lee, the SWAT Cats, Flapjack, Finn, Steven, and Clarence. So there's all those guys. But very specifically, I think like the best way to get Cartman on your side is to gas him up, like make him feel like he's goated. And there's a whole episode of Uncle Grandpa. I looked at the episode synopses where there's a kid who struggles, who's like really insecure about his body and his weight, that's Cartman to a T. He could just do the same. The moral of the episode is, oh, your belly is awesome. So that's what he's gonna do to Cartman. Also I looked into what both of them have. I just think like Mr. Gus, Pizza Steve, and the Tiger are a lot more like interesting people to be around than just Thing 1 and Thing 2. And then especially I think just comparing to what they could do with Cartman, the Cat's vehicle, the Thingamajig, can go all around the world, but the RV can go all around the universe into different places. So I just think Uncle Grandpa has way more, and he can say the right things to get Cartman on his side.
May I raise a point?
Okay, but the thing is that Uncle Grandpa's a little bitch. That's
Okay, you're coming out swinging with it.
He cries a lot, and like even though Cat in the Hat is kind of like this kid friendly sort of book, there's not like really a time that Cat in the Hat is just kind of like a pushover. Like he very much knows about the kids that he's dealing with and knows how to attune. He knows how to code switch his personality to deal with whatever kid he's dealing with. We see this in the live action movie where the kids are a bit more shithead than usual, so he has like a more more adult personality, as much as you can get with a PG rating. And then like with like really nice little kids, and he just like kind of like you're just your average Joe. The second that Cartman makes fun of Uncle Grandpa, he's gonna fucking cry, and then Cartman's just gonna lay it on him until he fucking leaves.
I'll be honest, I think Uncle Grandpa, I think he's too stupid to get what most of Cartman's digs are gonna be. I think it's just gonna completely go over his head. And Cartman's only really mean to people where like that he wants to make fun of. If Uncle Grandpa has all this stuff,
Uncle Grandpa is like prime.
He's a walking punchline, yeah, but he has so much stuff that Cartman would probably be interested in. The RV can literally take him anywhere, and Bellybag can get him anything.
I think Cartman's gonna like, oh, cool, dude. Well, I'm bored. I'm bored of it. I'm bored of going around the
Oh,
universe. I'm
wait,
bored
what
now.
is the Cat in the Hat gonna do? Thing 1 and Thing 2? Ooh, we can mess
Yeah,
with the
that's
house.
like-
You can juggle things
inside
away,
it-
but you have to know the way.
There's another universe inside his box.
Ooh,
Yeah,
okay.
exactly. There's a whole another
Well,
amusement
he-
park universe inside
in-
Cat in the Hat's box.
Yeah, he would love that.
And
Just
they
unleash onto his
actually-
house.
Actually, Cat in the Hat has a thing that can go around the universe because, like, he was teaching the kids about it in the space one.
What if he looks at?
Could only go around the planet.
What if he
I
looks
think
at a
the RG can also go in
picture?
dimensions.
What if he looks at a picture of Cartman's mum and goes, "Who is this?"
Yeah.
and he gets a hat
Yeah.
erection.
I think Cat in the Hat and because the whole thing with the Cat in the Hat books, even though like he like is like this kid's character, that goes around teaching kids lessons. Originally, like in his book, he's just like a fucking gremlin that goes into other people's houses and just does whatever the fuck he wants. And then once he gets bored, he leaves. Like he is the prime candidate to get along with Cartman.
Like
Like he is not a nice
he also
person.
the cat didn't deal with the Grinch. Like he dealt with that.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I grant you.
Well, I mean, the
Grinch is a
Grinch
shithead.
also had.
If Uncle Grandpa can deal with people like Buttercup, Eddie, and Mandy, I feel like he could probably stomach what most of what Cartman has to say.
Cartman
But, like,
kills people.
Are we talking
Mandy,
like anti-Semitism? Like, I think he's just gonna be like, "Oh man, I don't even want to be around you." What's the point where Uncle Grandpa is just like, "I
Yeah,
don't."
you
wanna
are
deal
so
with you
offensive.
anymore."
I don't want to
That's
be
the
around
thing.
you anymore.
I feel like most of that stuff is just gonna go over his head because he's so stupid. Like obviously, I don't think Mr. Gus is gonna let that slide. Pizza Steve's inevitably
Steve's
gonna get
getting
eaten, which
eaten,
he has
yeah.
no problem
Yeah,
with.
exactly.
He's gonna kill
the
Uncle
thing
Grandpa's
is-
friends.
Max, is there a Dr. Seuss stuff on South Park?
I haven't seen any. Oh, there was an episode where like
Like
it was a Dr. Seuss
Imagination
parody at
Land.
the end, but like it wasn't actually the
Okay.
cat.
I think
The
didn't the
cat is-
Grinch when the cat went up against him, it was just they only defeated him because like they reminded him of like his dead mom. and he
Remind
got
Cartman of
sad
the
about
fact that he killed his dad.
Oh, keep
Oh.
in mind also,
Okay.
I guess it's a double-edged sword that he has dealt with the Grinch, but he did not like being around the Grinch. He said, that Grinch, that
That
psychopathic
psychopathic
Grinch.
Cartman.
Both of them, I think I think the Cat in the Hat and Cartman will get along since they're both offensive. You know, he called the Grinch green face. I think that's pretty cool.
That's true. That's
why.
true. He's got like a
That's why.
yeah.
I mean, obviously,
called
I
him a
don't think
slur.
either of them will like Cartman,
Yeah,
but just like,
but they're looking after him. I think Cat has the methods. He's got. But no, you're right. Uncle Grandpa would probably like.
The
Give
thing
him what he
is
wants.
that holding Uncle Grandpa back is that he's too stupid to understand what anything Cartman's saying. But I think Cat in the Hat and Cartman are just going to get along, and I think he's
Well,
gonna
what he
just
said-
slowly coax him into being a better person. 'Cause that's what he did in the live action.
you know
movie.
what?
That's
You are debating for a
usually
Dr.
is.
Seuss character. I could see. Cat probably is very like Cartman coded.
Cat in the Hat is
Oh,
like
Cat!
Cat in the Hat is a like nice Blue's Clues as character in some capacity, but in the original books he's just a shithead that goes into other people's houses, mess things up, and then he cleans it up and he's like, "All right, I'm glad you guys had fun. All right, I'm
Cartman would
out.
think that
I'm
was
bored."
sweet. He'd want to go into houses with him and
He-
do that shit.
The thing is, he was super manipulative because he was faking being sad just to like manipulate how they would actually feel.
Okay, one more
And also-
Hail Mary.
It's your Hail Mary for Uncle Grandpa.
He's everyone in the world's uncle and grandpa, so Cartman already knows him.
Oh, Cartman is going to fucking make fun of him.
That's fucked up.
You look like a baby. You look like that. Holy
He
shit!
likes his family though. His Uncle Smelly or whatever. And...
Oh my! You
Uncle
remember that shit?
Smelly!
You remember that fucking episode?
Is it you're gonna win the day with Uncle Smelly? That's what you think is gonna
Hey,
happen?
he won me
I
over.
don't think I'm
Uncle
actually-
Grandpa.
I don't think I'm winning any of you over.
No, I think
I
it's the
think
cat.
the crux of my argument is that he has as much stuff that can hold Cartman over, and that he's close enough to Cartman's personality and like at least the troll nature of it that they'll just get along way better.
Like, okay, I think
Yeah.
Cartman. I think if Uncle Grandpa played his cards right, he'd like him more. But he's just too stupid and sensitive. I'll give it a cat.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
to the cat. Uncle Grandpa's gonna leave crying.
even if
Oh.
he does,
I'll give it to the cat for his resurrection hat.
Yeah,
That's
he's
what
gonna,
I'll give it.
that's happening. That is happening. It's just gonna. He's gonna see
100%.
Leanne. All right.
as I kind of think about it. Oh,
Oh,
well.
no, go ahead.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
I was saying he might not understand what Cartman says, but he definitely would understand what Cartman does if Cartman's because Cartman will just kill people.
Yeah.
Also,
So,
the one person who was able to like actually like make Cartman calm down was like the dog trainer.
Yes.
And I think Cat is the only one who's going to resort
Wait,
to like physical.
is it? Oh, so
Like
He has no trouble beating somebody.
there's an entire episode where Cartman is keeping like cats in his basement because I
Oh
think
yeah, he
they
likes
made them
cats!
illegal.
He likes
Oh.
cats.
Crap.
Oh.
Take the
Okay.
fat
Yeah,
L.
it's
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that was
over.
kind of the nail in the coffin
Never
there.
mind. Yeah.
All right.
Splendiferous win for the Cat in the Hat.
Cat in the
makes
Hat
sense.
sweep. Let's go.
Good job, Cat.
I gotta find AVGN versus for Glitch Trap.
Not Springtrap, that's for later.
Okay.
No,
Soul
no,
is
no, I'm a-
screaming at
No,
No,
you.
Max.
What? Yeah.
Max. The Glitch Trap is not Springtrap.
I-
The lore
I
has
guess.
decided that now.
Okay.
Yeah, Michael Afton is Springtrap.
The nerd is no stranger to playing bad games, but this one is so bad, it not only killed the company, Silver Paracel Games, but killed one of its employees. He's no stranger to haunted games like Polybius, or games coming to life like the Atari Jaguar. But this one might be a little different. Can the nerd successfully fight off Afton, or will he be assimilated into his following? Now, Butter's going for Glitch Trap, and I'm going for the nerd. It says Glitch Trap is first, so let's hear what you got, Butter.
All right, so I'm gonna say right off the bat, it's obvious to me that if they just got in a direct physical confrontation, Glitch Trap is not winning a fist fight at all. Even if we assume stats are relative, nerd actually fights.
Very good start.
But that's but
I'm sold already.
Shush, Ribbit. But so the initial problem that nerd is going to have is actually killing Springtrap permanently. Because if they're Glitch Trap,
You fool.
Glitch Trap permanently. Because if there's even a bit of code left in him anywhere, he will just come back from that alone. And the big, he could maybe like destroy all the games and stuff if AVGN figured that out. But there's also code inside of Vanessa, the security guard who works at Security Breach. And that becomes the initial issue where he's going to have to start first at least kill Vanessa. And there's nothing stopping Glitch Trap from just getting into other people's bodies. And AVGN is not initially a bad person. That is going to be a mental issue that he's going to have, is killing innocent people. And that's where I think Glitch Trap is going to be able to take this over. He's not going to want to kill Vanessa, so he's going to be trying to figure out another way, which I don't know of any way. So it's just going to start biting at him mentally, I think. And that's how Glitch Trap eventually took over like Vanessa, was mentally breaking her down until he could assimilate her. I think this is in the same degree where eventually it's just going to break him down before he's going to find any way to actually kill Glitch Trap before that.
Okay.
So essentially that.
All right. So here's what I found for AVGN. What it looks like is if you do have a strong enough willpower, you can actually resist being possessed by Glitch Trap. And I think the nerd definitely has the willpower to break through if that happens, considering how many times he's able to pick himself back up after defeat, like in the Rob review or the Desert Bus review. If the nerd does kill Vanessa, that will kill Glitch Trap. And I know, like, the nerd is typically a hero and wouldn't want to do that. But if he meets her as Vanny first, well, he's just going to see some murderous asshole in a bunny costume, and he has no issue beating the shit out of people like that and shitting in their face. He'd probably just blast her to death with a zapper, and then when she comes out of possession, it's too late. He might feel bad about it, but what's done is done. He shot the person that was trying to kill him, and as long as, like, someone's trying to kill him, he will shoot. And once it becomes, like, the nerd, if he's in a scenario with Glitch Trap, like you said, he does absolutely demolish Glitch Trap if he gets into the game. Like, that is not a question at all. He has got all kinds of weaponry for this shit. He's defeated digital characters in the past that have invaded the real world, like that fucking, it was an Atari Frankenstein's Monster that came out, and he just shot it. So all of his, like, video game weaponry is going to be good for that. Something else I found out is there's apparently in the game, Gregory is able to play the free Princess Quest arcade games, and after beating them, Glitchtrap was just straight up defeated. So the nerd should have no problem beating these arcade games, especially ones that are actually very simple. These are simple arcade games. He has played the hardest NES games and come out on top. He is not going to struggle with these free basic ass arcade games. So ultimately, he's got all the methods to win here. I don't think his morals are going to get in the way because initially someone's just going to try to kill him and he's going to fight back. And if he ever has to actually come in contact with Glitchtrap in the game world, he is annihilating him.
I heard you almost laughing at Gregory.
All right.
Gregory.
What?
Gregory, have
So
Okay.
I'll say definitely with the Princess Quest thing, yeah, that was such a very easy way to beat him. But like we just don't know how. Nobody knows about it. We don't even know how Gregory knew to play them. Like Gregory was in this life or death situation where like Music Man is chasing him, and he can just stroll over to go play Princess Quest real quick.
Has that ever stopped the nerd from playing a game? There's always someone coming after him in a dangerous life or death situation, and he'll stop like, well, let's look at this game. And then he'll review it.
My issue is him knowing to do, like, a lot of the issue I see with him beating him is just knowing what to do. Because if he, like, initially destroys the place, that destroys those arcade machines. And as far as if he
in an
sees
arcade place, he's probably playing the games to begin with. Like, why else would he be at an arcade?
I mean, it sounds like he's just there to kill Glitchtrap specifically. Like,
if that's like the sole
people
mission, I guess the scenario didn't really say. I still think,
but
Vanessa.
Well,
like, if someone attacks him, he attacks back. He just blasts them with
well,
his
yes.
zapper.
Well, the issue I can see with that is if he runs into Vanny first. But Glitchtrap doesn't necessarily need to be in Vanny unless he's threatened.
Now is Vanny just like a person?
He's gonna
like just a normal girl?
Yes.
Vanny. Pretty much when playing VR, she gets
got a knife.
Glitchtrap possesses
How would he
her.
know that she was Glitchtrap? Like, if she sees Vanny at one point, Vanny fucks off, and then he sees Glitchtrap, how would he associate? He would just be like, monster, fucking shoot it.
Well, with Vanny, I mean, it's easy to tell Vanny is a human. She's not an animatronic in any way. She has very clothing-like things on.
The nerd has
And when
killed
she's
humans that have
Vanny-
tried to kill him before. Like, he killed Michael Myers.
Yeah. Yeah, it's.
If a
I'll be
human
honest, I
comes
don't
at him
have
with a
much of-
fucking knife, and he has to live, he will fucking do it. He will kill it.
Yeah, I don't have much else to say. It's like the issue is just initially if Vanny attacked him, then yeah, he's just gonna kill her.
Yeah.
I could only really say is like if he sees Vanessa first, which is far more likely, and then Vanny does have a weird, like, obvious issue with something about her. Whenever she's near, like, robots, like Glamrock Freddy starts to, like, glitch out to a degree.
Yeah. But, like, I don't think he would even, like, initially put together that Vanny and Glitchtrap are the same person. He would just see Glitchtrap as a monster.
I'll be honest, I think he just blows up the entire building and
Yeah.
that kills everyone.
He just drops a couple F-bombs and blows up the entire place.
I think that's one of the endings, is that they just burn down the building, Vanessa dies.
Yeah, I think the nerd would do that.
Yeah. He doesn't even...
Well, there you go.
Dude,
We clearly know our stuff about FNAF. It's y'all suggesting these ones. They keep losing.
Yeah, like,
I'm
you
just
guys are
saying.
the ones.
Here we are.
I put up a fight for the... You can't say I didn't put up a fight.
Got a strong argument despite the situation you were in. Okay, who do we got for this? Okay, it's Guardians of the Galaxy versus the Deception Justice Division. I don't know what the fuck that is.
Decepticon Justice Division, my goats.
That's what Adam's
Yeah.
going for. Deco's got the Guardians. I'm gonna read the scenario.
Yes.
It was an average day for the Decepticon Justice Division, as they had recently executed a group of rebel scum. After they had finished their break, they were sent to a new mission by Megatron. This time it was a Minicon holding some valuable information that the Decepticons can't have him to reveal. On the other side of the galaxy, the Guardians of the Galaxy have been given a mission by the Collector to get him a transformer into his collection. As the groups were searching for any clues where they could find one, they found the Minicon on the lands of Novacorp, just in time for the Decepticon Justice Division to arrive. Can the Guardians of the Galaxy deliver the machine, or can the Justice Division capture the Minicon? The stats are equalized, and Minicon is permanently unconscious due to slipping on a banana. Alright, Guardians come first.
Okay.
Alright, I got some alright points.
Let's hear them.
Okay, so first of all, the Guardians, they have a home field advantage here pretty much. The Nova Corps, that's something they're more used to. And also another big thing, this is an even longer point. So the Guardians of the Galaxy have a lot of experience in fighting giant beings, robots, assassins, and in a wider variety with a wider degree of powers, given that they exist in the Marvel Universe rather than just the Transformers universe. This is not bringing in stats. This is stating that they have dealt with more versatile situations. This includes Fin Fang Foom, a giant mystic dragon, Thanos, the purple space Hitler himself, Galactus, a devourer of worlds, and various widespread conquering alien and interdimensional empires, armies, what have you. This is to say that these Decepticons aren't really much new for them. And also, this is this is my best point, I think.
All right.
Out here, the Guardians can just buy a Transformer on eBay or Amazon or something, or bullshit the Collector by giving him an inductive electrical device for changing the voltage of alternating current, rendering having to fight the new Justice Team moot.
What? Did
Huh?
somebody send you that and you're just
That's
reading it?
What?
I looked up like the exact definition of what a Transformer is, as in like, you know.
Okay, so
What-
you think they're gonna
like,
trick the Collector and not even do the mission?
Transformer?
Well, he never said it technically had to be like more than meets the eye kind of Transformer.
Okay, Adam, let's hear your argument.
Okay, so full disclosure, this is just going off of one video I saw on these guys. So I'm definitely going to be missing out on some details, but here goes. So first of all, there's already some very useful points I can come up with here. There's one guy on this team called Damus, and his power is that he can just straight up deactivate machines, which after a while it extended to even just straight up Transformers. So like right off the bat, that guy can like make Star-Lord and Rocket pretty much irrelevant to this fight because their whole thing is that they fight with just guns and gadgets and shit. So that. Second, you mentioned that the Guardians have definitely fought their fair share of big guys before, but I don't really remember a time where they were like, at least at their like full power. Like you mentioned Galactus, I'm gonna assume that they weren't like just solely going up against him. They were probably doing it with like the Avengers or Fantastic Four or something. And yeah, sure, they fought big guys, but like these guys, at least a couple of the members, they seem big even by Transformers standards. So like Tarn, the leader, he towered over Megatron in one panel. And then there's the one guy, Helix. He has a giant smelting pool in his body. Thesaurus has giant spinning blades in his torso that he uses to like just annihilate Transformers with. So I think, yeah, they're going to be outclassed both in range and power. Again, not bringing stats into this. And they can just effortlessly kill them if they get their hands on them because, yeah, there's no way they're going to survive being smelted or all that. And lastly, there's, Vaus. He also turns into a gun. I'm just going to bring that up.
All right.
And then the Decepticon Justice Division, they also have a medic on hand in Nickel. So, like, even if they do get roughed up, I feel like they have someone there who can, tend to their wounds, polish them up, and then they're back on the hunt and will eventually just track down the Transformer they're hunting and scrap with the Guardians again. So I feel because they are definitely relentless from what I've seen. They're not gonna go down without a fight, and they're definitely gonna give them one.
Okay.
And that's my
Alright.
argument.
What the hell's Dominicon?
It's a small transformer.
Okay, and they
You need
Did-
tiny
did-
transformer.
Adam's guys, the Decepticons, they want to capture it.
Yeah.
No, I think
feel
the
like-
Guardians of
Yeah.
the Galaxy want them.
Oh, does it?
I don't know.
The
I don't know
Decepticons
how I
want
want
to
to put
destroy
this
it?
on the table.
They
I
both
just-
want it.
Oh,
From what
I
I
just
understand,
thought-
Megatron said, "Go get that guy."
So it doesn't have to be a
basically.
fight. It has to be escape with this guy.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
The Guardians
I just-
are pretty good at like escaping of shit.
Yeah, they're smaller and which is an advantage in that case. They can like sneak
Oh,
around.
like
them a
how
bit.
small is this Transformer? Is it like small to the Decepticons, but to the Guardians it's just like, oh, they're the size of a human?
I
It's
thought it was
like-
the
I'm
size of,
guessing, so I
I
don't
thought
know.
it was the
what-
size of a boat or something.
Okay, size of a boat.
I'm a boat. Okay.
I just thought of something while Adam was
I'll be
talking.
able to.
Uh,
Yeah.
so the Guardians. Who's the lineup for the Guardians in this case?
The movie, like the movie cast, dude.
It's
Yeah, I
the
assume
movie.
Okay.
The movie
MCU
cast.
lineup.
Okay, they have Mantis who can influence people's minds, and you said there was like one guy on there that can just disable machines,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, get Mantis, who does not rely on machinery but relies on like manipulating the emotions. If it works on a robot like that, and the Transformers are like kind of biomechanical in a weird way, get her to convince that guy to just disable all the other Transformers.
I guess that depends on if she can mess with the robot guys that way.
Yeah,
And-
I'm not a Transformer lore expert, so I don't know if they
I don't
can
think
be
they have
like
brains, do they? They just have
mostly.
technology chips.
They're alive. They're aliens.
They're sentient at least. Yeah.
So
They-
are there
they have
brains in
emotions
there?
and stuff.
Well,
Uh,
how
I gotta look that
how
up.
does the manipulation of
Their soul is their spark. I don't
Okay.
think
Well,
they
yeah,
have
I don't know if-
typical
I don't know if it's
organs
exactly
in
the
oh
the
yeah,
same
the
way,
spark. No,
but that spark most definitely gives them sentience. And
She's
I'm
got
trying to.
she's got to mentally fuck with the spark if she wants to manipulate their minds. I don't
Yeah,
know if
and
she can
the
do
other-
that.
Yeah, I don't
thing-
think Mantis can like manipulate souls if we.
Yeah,
if
because
we
this is
want
like
to
this
go
is
that
like
route.
a whole different franchise too.
well, the thing is, like, is she just manipulating the emotions? Because if manipulating emotion versus manipulating like a mind, I think do kind of land in different. Like,
Does she ever
like
just
how-
straight up
I know that she
Yeah.
she can erase memories. I remember like
Oh,
drag like
I
she
found their
she
answer.
Oh,
she
right,
insulted
yeah,
drag
So
and erased it.
a Transformer's mind and personality is housed in its brain module. The brain module is a tiny cluster of microchips located in the Transformer's head. So it is a brain, but it's not like an organic. Like
Yeah.
it's not. It's more like a hard drive.
So I think it's kind of up in the air
Yeah,
whether or
so
not she
probably-
could just do this.
Yeah, I don't know
I don't
about
think that should be
yeah.
the winning argument. There should be like some other stuff here.
The other things I will say is just generally that, like, I'm pretty sure, like, okay, this is, and sometimes in Transformers cases, like, they are pretty strong, but, like, G.I. Joes can, like, fuck with them a bit and, like, shoot at them, and, like, I think
Yay.
guys
Like,
went up and, like, sliced the sword through them.
it's
some
fine.
of
The
them.
Guardian, the stats
Well,
are
if we-
equal. They can hurt the Transformers. It's fine.
I know it's not.
We go
but,
with that and, like,
this
the
is not a
Spanish
stats
sitcom
argument.
guy.
This is like saying that, like, I think like a bunch of like expert assassins who deal with a bunch of shit, like Gamora and Drax and
I
Nebula,
got a question.
could fuck with the Transformers here.
Adam, how
If-
do you know how
Yeah,
well the
Joe,
Decepticon group here are good at capturing shit?
From what I said in the video, they basically any Transformer they feel like doesn't align with like the Decepticon way of life. Basically, they go after them and kill them, and they are very highly feared. So I'm assuming they're very good at their
Do
job.
they have a
Here's
way?
the thing, also.
Sorry.
Transformers, from what I understand about the series, they'll definitely have the experience advantage because they've been living for hundreds, if not thousands, of years, like the Cybertronian warriors.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like, do you know if they have a way of like specifically tracking down Transformers?
I don't remember if that was brought up.
The goal is to catch a Transformer. I would think these guys know their way around this shit.
Well, I mean, I assume
It
they
also doesn't
would.
sound like the collector
that
gave
would
them
make
much
sense, but-
information on like who they're supposed to be headhunting.
Yeah, they said
Yeah,
get a
like,
transformer
I
for my
think it's
collection.
just
Has everyone
I'm
could
assuming
use
at
the
best
name-
they probably at least gave him a picture.
Yeah.
yeah.
I do love the idea of them like just going back to him with a Transformers action figure.
There it is. See, that
Yeah.
seems like something
Yeah,
Star Wars
yeah,
would do.
I guess they could just do that. There's nothing in the scenario against.
Oh, Star-Lord would totally do that.
Yeah.
He would totally. He grew up in the He grew up in the Transformers age.
You know,
I'm giving it to the Decepticon.
I like
Oh.
the idea. I just like the idea that they never went to go get the actual Transformer.
He just bought a Transformers toy. Meanwhile, Minicon
I mean,
just gets fucking
honestly-
kidnapped and fucked with.
Yeah, the collector never said Minicon specifically.
This seems like I might be missing. I'm definitely missing some major context. I don't think the Guardians of the Galaxy are the type of people to like steal a completely innocent person for the collector. Like they stole in the movie. They stole Kevin Bacon for Star Lord, but I don't think they're gonna steal just this dude.
Yeah, this Minicon.
They're very
I'm sure
in the
they've collected
neutral zone.
robots before. In their,
I'm gonna
their long
say the
career.
Decepticon Justice Division is taking the
Decepticon Justice
W.
Division.
No.
That's my vote.
That's my vote
I don't know
too.
where y'all lay.
I agree.
I mean, I guess. I guess.
You sound very confident in that.
I feel like the Guardians just probably wouldn't care that much.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly believe in the buy the Transformer action figure idea. And that is
Yeah,
that is
I
not
think-
winning the scenario,
Well,
but
I
that is
mean-
what Star-Lord would do.
Yeah, Star-Lord would be like, "Oh, I know Transformers." Because he referenced Ninja Turtles
that
in the
case,
first
then-
film. If you know the Ninja
The
Turtles, you knew
collector's like,
Transformers.
I don't,
You know what?
Are you sure
But in
that's
that
what
case,
that
yeah,
is?
they just did.
This
They
is the
just get the
headcanon.
Transformer then. There's no opposition if that happens.
The headcanon I accept is that they did actually initially go. They failed, so he just bought a Transformer on Earth or something.
Alright, I'm voting Decepticons.
I guess.
I'm
So.
voting Decepticons based off what I've ever heard.
Yeah.
I'll go Decepticons.
Okay. Are we gonna move
You got
on?
two, buddy.
Okay,
You got two.
let's go.
Good job, Adam.
I somehow won with these guys. Let's
Yeah.
John Arbuckle.
Oh,
Yay.
we got Sherlock Holmes
I got two.
versus Doctor Who coming up. I gotta find
All
it.
right, here we go.
Oh
About the auto
boy.
win. All right, about the auto win. You can go first.
Well, I gotta read the scenario
Okay.
once I
Probably-
get
you should
there.
probably recite the scenario though.
Yeah. I gotta just scroll up a little bit. There it is. Okay. The identity of Jack the Ripper is still unknown, and it's up to these two to find out who the Ripper actually was. Will Sherlock crack the case before the Time Lord, or will the Doctor be on time before the detective?
Okay, so I have my work cut out for me here because Doctor Who is
Yes.
fucking long, but I do know both. So Sherlock can obviously do this. Like no fucking doubt. Jack the Ripper was reportedly close to being caught in real life. So if someone as intelligent as Sherlock was after him, he could do it. I don't even need to give a case. He's canonically stopped Jack the Ripper in several pieces of media, from A Study in Terror or the hit video game Jack the Ripper versus Sherlock Holmes, in both of which Sherlock ends up winning.
Are you sure?
Heck, yeah, yes.
not a Jack the Ripper winning ending?
In the ending of the Sherlock Holmes and Jack the Ripper video game, he fucking corners him and he kills himself.
Oh.
So, obviously Sherlock can track him down, and if Jack the Ripper attacks him, he's going to kick his ass because Jack the Ripper preyed on prostitutes, while Sherlock Holmes is a trained boxer, marksman, and fencer. Like, Jack the Ripper has a knife, Sherlock could just fucking shoot him. So, obviously, all of that. Now, the big thing is the Doctor here. That's where my debate mostly lies, actually. The issue is, the Doctor can't go back in time to prevent deaths without dire consequences. In the episode Father's Day, the Doctor and Rose travel back to the day her father passed on. But Rose, being the fucking idiot she is, saves her dad from a car that hit him. And this summons the Reapers, a dangerous species that erase history. And if it is altered in a significant way, it summons the Reapers, who start to erase history if it is altered in a significant way, prompting Rose's dad to get hit by the car and save the universe. This means that if the Doctor puts a stop to Jack the Ripper before all his murders are done, he'll endanger the fabric of reality, which is way less straightforward than Sherlock just doing what he usually does. I feel like the Doctor wouldn't want to do this because it would be too dangerous. He might alter something too badly. So there's my Sherlock debate.
Damn! Oh my god!
You know what? That's actually not a bad. That's actually not a bad debate.
Yeah.
Thank
So-
you. I did my best. I did my best.
So yeah, the Reapers is a big deal that the Doctor. I have thought about this. Like, would he have to do it before or after the killings? Which one of those options is very shitty. Where he has to wait until after he's done his canonical murder.
I've caught you. Chandler was like, I was done, dude.
I gave up.
So the main thing with the Doctor is just that he has a lot more tools and that he could probably just time travel to at any point where he's starting to be chased after. So I guess no, that is a good question. That is a good the Reapers is a good thing. I'm not sure if he'd be willing to do that. I actually don't know.
Did he lose? Did he just immediately lose?
It's folding already.
Wait,
No, I have to
body?
actually think about this because I came prepared with like all the gadgets I could use, like if he encounters Jack the Ripper, but the Reapers would absolutely
Ribbon
like
blindsided
fuck him
you.
over.
The thing about this scenario is that there is not a single doubt in my mind that both of them could just fucking easily do this.
Yeah, they can easily do it. It's just a matter of who does it first.
And the Doctor can time travel, so if it wasn't for that, then I would give it to him because he could has internet access. He could just look up who was the first person Jack the Ripper killed. When did he do it? You just go there, wait there for like an hour, and catch him
then
before he
just win.
does it.
That's exactly what I was gonna say, but
Yeah,
the
that's what I
Reaper
do.
point kind of makes it the whole thing with Doctor Who about preventing deaths is a big deal in the series. Like they can't just go around and changing history willy-nilly, even though the Doctor has like I guess my argument towards that is that Doctor Who got trained by like a ton of historical figures to like no consequence to the timeline. Like he was trained by Dr. Robin Hood, or at least the historical Robin Hood. He's been trained by John L. Sullivan. He's been trained by like a ton of leaders and historians like throughout history on Earth. So he is extremely skilled in combat. So when it comes to combat, like he's been killing Jack the Ripper fucking free.
Jack the Ripper is fucking bitch made. He just preyed on on just like defenseless women with a knife and fucking.
Yeah, see,
That's
this-
it. That's all he did.
My only
Jack
argument
the
against
Killer,
the Reapers
you know?
is that it's very inconsistent because they absolutely have prevented deaths through
That-
timelines, and then that like doesn't affect anything. But
That's
that
very
means
fair.
If
That's
the
less
Reapers were to
so-
get brought up,
That's
There
less
is-
inconsistency. That's more so they just weren't thinking ahead, I'd imagine.
There are so many fucking episodes of Doctor Who, it would not surprise me at all if he has prevented a death and the Reapers did not appear.
yeah, exactly. That's my only thing is that he would do it first. But if we say that the Reapers would get involved, I would say Sherlock wins because he can't do anything. His hands are tied. You're just gonna have to wait while Sherlock does his thing, and while he waits for everyone else to get murdered.
I got an initial argument for the Doctor.
Okay.
Just reading the scenario, it's not saying that. It's saying that figure out who he was. This implies that everything already happened. He's still unknown, and they need to figure out who he was. So this.
Oh, so
That-
it's about catching
Okay,
him.
then Doctor wins. If this is like if the scenario is being painted after his crimes, then Doctor just wins. 'Cause he knows
Okay.
who he
Oh, that's
is,
bitch
he's
made.
an
Hold
actor, he can
on.
just go back
Yeah,
in time.
person who made this scenario, what the fuck were you thinking? He can just travel back and look at his face.
Ribbon had an argument that defeated the Doctor, and we're going to take it away because of this?
Alright.
It's
No,
the
no,
Doctor!
No,
I think
it's-
all we came with a game-winning argument. I think that was
I mean, that is a
Sherlock
game-winning
card.
argument. I would give it to Sherlock. You know what? Fuck your scenario. I'm gonna go with what we were debating.
What was debated, and I think Sherlock wins.
Sherlock
Yeah, I
wins.
think Sherlock wins because he can't do anything about the fucking Reapers. Like,
Yeah.
he cannot do anything about it.
Sherlock
You know what?
Otherwise, he
Yeah,
just
that-
obviously he wins if like the Reapers are not in the equation.
Yeah.
I am very sorry to the person who made this scenario. We kind of changed it a little.
Really?
Ollie, you came in with the whole recipe, and all this guy wanted was McDonald's. Now we're feasting.
But to be fair, this was by far, out of the first batch, this was the one I was the most excited to talk about, because I fucking love both.
Yeah.
I love both series.
I
I
love
think what's funny about this one to me is the fact that Tiki kept halting this one because he was preparing like a big volume or something.
Yeah.
And then Ollie
Yeah.
just like, comes in with the weeper.
Why did
I was like, yeah, the Reaper. Yeah, that's a good point.
You just got that was really good though, Ribbit. You
Thank you.
Yeah, great job, man.
Go.
Yeah.
Really
I mean,
good.
if they could interfere with each other, then I would just say, if they're like doing the case at the same time, Doctor just freezes Sherlock in place with
That's
a rage
true.
block in time, and then he doesn't do anything while he does his job. That's it.
You know what would actually happen if they met? They'd get on like a
They'd
house
team
on
up.
fire. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Doctor and Sherlock would fucking love each other. They'd get on amazingly.
Okay. Moving on.
Alright,
It's
now-
not even like an actual crossover.
Yeah. Some people speculated they do one with the BBC Sherlock, but that never happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now for the fattest downgrade of me debating ever.
Alright, Freddy Krueger versus Springtrap, everybody. Alright, they are both teleported into Hope's Peak Academy. Who can kill the most underage children? Freddy, Springtrap,
Jesus
and
Christ.
Danganronpa are all equal stats. I'm reading what they wrote down. Are all equal
Jesus
stats. Every single Danganronpa character is in Hope's Peak Academy during this scenario. Krueger and Afton cannot fight each other. Real world Freddy specifically. If I see him going abracadabra and turning Monokuma into a cockroach, I'm going to flip the fuck out. Thank you for making me use a boring version of Freddy Krueger. Thank you.
I'd like to, before the debate starts, I'd like to say if your pitch involves the phrase "who can kill the most underage children," you need to re-examine what you're doing
Yeah.
with your life.
But alright, I'm here to provide a Freddy Krueger argument, and Ribbit's got Springtrap. Freddy's starting it off. So, okay. Alright. What's important about this is you specifying that it's Freddy Krueger in the real world. In Nightmare 2, Freddy is able to kill a group of teenagers while he's in the real world. It's like scoring quite a few kills at a very quick pace. Like, he's fast with it. Freddy is still able to summon fire to burn people to death in the real world. And he can teleport through fire, which can get him out of a jam if he gets surrounded in Hope's Peak. That is all happens in Nightmare 2 when he's in the real world. In Freddy vs. Jason, when he's in the real world, he's actually a pretty capable fighter. He's able to take on foes like way larger and stronger than him, which makes me think that he can eventually wear down the likes of Sakura and Nekomaru, because Jason's a huge hulking guy, and Freddy kept up and was getting all. He can take a lot of damage in the real world. Jason got to the point of ripping off his arm and even straight up decapitating him, and Freddy was still winking at the camera and laughing. So clearly, he's got some demon powers present even in the real world. And I think, if you can take down, strong people like Jason, and he can take down a multitude of teenagers at once in Nightmare 2, he can score a pretty decent kill here. Now, against fucking William Afton, the man behind the slaughter. In Ultra Despair Girls, Toko says, the power of Christ compels you, and that gets rid of a spirit. So I think that could probably just take care of William Afton like that, and then Springtrap's just a fucking suit on the ground. Springtrap is much slower and clunkier than Freddy, too. He's going to have a lot more difficulty covering more ground than Freddy in Hope's Peak. So if people are just running away from him, he's not going to score as many kills as Freddy. If people run from Freddy, he's catching up and giving them the fucking blade. Springtrap gets fucked with by extreme heat, since it messes with his remnant, and moisture can make his spring locks go off. So, I know this scenario stated that Freddy and Springtrap can't mess with each other, but I do think it's something that the kids at Hope's Peak will be able to learn about and exploit. They're pretty observant kids for the most part. They're always figuring shit out. I think they can figure out an easier way to stop Springtrap than it will be to defeat Freddy, which is a whole thing where you gotta bury his bones, get holy water. It's a mess. I think Freddy, just with the agility, the killing more people at once, taking on stronger foes, that makes me think that he'll get more kills here.
Okay, alright, fair. Very fair. But, okay. So, William Afton.
Michael, actually.
Shut the fuck up. Alright, Michael Afton. All right, so William Afton is obviously like he's already got experience killing people. And he tends to group people up and kill them multiple at a time, which is, I believe, what Freddy would do. So there's a similar angle there. Although I know Freddy tends to split people up in the dream world, I don't think he does that in the real world so much, though. Correct me if I'm wrong, though.
You're right.
So I think, yeah. So in that regard, I think it's a matter of who is more stealthy. And in that respect, Springtrap in FNAF 3 is seen being ridiculously stealthy. He's one of the hardest animatronics to see on the cameras, and most notably in FNAF VR. All of the animatronics approach you while utilizing cloaking technology, which allows them to turn invisible. So, Springtrap can turn invisible. I think he could kill people by just turning invisible, walking around, finding them, and then just snapping their necks. And it's not like he's not physically imposing like Freddy is. Before becoming Springtrap, William Afton was able to one-shot each of the original FNAF 1 animatronics, who are all big, imposing, bulky figures themselves, who have smashed down doors, thrown arcade machines around, and fought the Twisted Ones. Huge, giant animatronics that can shake off gunfire. Similar to Jason. So, I think that William Afton is plenty strong enough to get kills. And he dives right in and fucking instantly destroys those animatronics as well. So he's quick, he's swift about it. Whereas Freddy is a bit more cocky, he tends to mess about a bit more, I think. William Afton's more straight to the point. And also, the point about the liquid messing with the spring locks, that is true. However, the spring lock, since this is Springtrap and not William Afton, the spring locks have already gone off. So he's already trapped in that suit. He can't come out. He could always get into the goated Scrap Trap suit and look significantly worse with his big Jimmy Neutron ass forehead. But why would he do that? So yeah, I think William Afton could just turn invisible, kill a bunch of people. He doesn't mess around as much as Freddy, and he's also, I think, because of how technologically gifted he is, I don't actually think it's out of the question he could mess with the Monokuma units and make them work for him. Because he built the Funtime animatronics and made them pretty much sentient. So he could possibly mess with that. I don't think Freddy has the same technological knowledge that William has. So that's my argument.
Good debate. Good debate.
Yeah. Very good.
I'll say with
Honestly,
Fire
with the Monokuma dude, that's actually a really good point, because doesn't he like just corrupt like insecurity breeds, just corrupt like
Yeah,
Freddy at the end?
it just makes more Freddy turn evil.
Don't Toko and the other girl have weapons that take down animatronic creatures like Monokumas pretty easily?
I'm not sure if Kamal is gonna be here, but they do.
It's
they do
every
build, like,
single
hacking-
Danganronpa character. That's what they
All
said.
of them.
Every single one.
Okay.
Oh well, then, yeah. Like Kamal just does have a hacking gun that will take care of
I
him.
think
And
she
Jack,
can take care of.
and I'm pretty sure many people in Danganronpa are capable of taking out Monokuma Jones, Sakura, Mukuro, Toko.
Junko's gonna get
I
pissed
say-
if Springtrap starts taking over some Monokumas. Like that's gonna be the entire assault.
you said-
on Springtrap.
Wait, so how's
You said the power of Christ compels you thing. Does that destroy the soul or simply remove it?
I think Larry's the one that told me about it, right?
In the scene, I'm trying to remember like Kamaro is taken over by like this spirit, is trying like some person's dad is trying to like, oh, you gotta stop this person, very weird plot point, might I add. And then Toga just goes, the power kind of compels you, and that dispel like gets rid of the spirit.
Okay,
I guess sort of banishing it.
Because I think, if I recall correctly, in the books, William Afton's spirit moves on to other like objects and creatures and stuff, and he kind of like manifests in different areas. He's supposed to be kind of a weird fucking representation as well. It's really stupid, I'm not gonna lie. I always preferred it when William Afton was just a guy. Yeah, I
Something
prefer
you
that.
could argue is that Toga wouldn't think to do this. This could just be like another just a robot like Monokuma, not exactly one possessed by a spirit.
Yeah.
And also, I think
maybe
I think it really comes across like Springtrap is a guy in a suit anyway, because like he opens up his head and the eyes are still open. It's just a rotting guy, and I mean, if they've seen Freddy Krueger, they have already accepted that rotting men exist.
I'll also say with the fire thing, I don't think that would work too well. Like, fire can slightly annoy him, but like shown in Security Breach, you have to repeatedly hit him with fire, and that just annoys him.
It is worth noting.
Like fire, like people keep trying to kill him with fire. It doesn't work.
He always comes back.
I guess I will say, if you truly believe fire does work, Ibuki's katana is also just acts as a flamethrower for some reason.
I know that Freddy, he can still teleport around the place when it comes, like, your stealth argument is really good. I think he's got the better stealth overall. But Freddy couldn't just be anywhere he wants, technically, because he can just teleport with the flame.
I say they'll definitely figure...
This is kind of an important question. In Danganronpa, when someone dies, they have the big old meeting.
Are they going to be having those? This is just like a mass slaughter happening.
Yeah. Are they?
Like,
so if they kill someone, they don't have to defend themselves in court. Because I'm going to be honest, it's really obvious. It's really obvious that they're the killers.
There's four slash marks on this guy. I wonder who did it.
I wonder who possibly could have done it. I heard the laugh.
I heard like a shitty
could it be the wanted corpse in a robot suit, or the guy with a clawed glove?
I happen to hear in the other room, which is exactly what Springtrap does when he kills people.
I got a question regarding Danganronpa. Like, because I know that it does put him at risk, but at the same time, Afton is smart enough. I could see him using possession in, like, to kind of disguise himself among people to actually get more kills off, because he can freely leave his body to start possessing.
Well, people aren't immune to being possessed. As I said, Kamal was taken over by a spirit. Granted, the spirit was just trying to just give him a message, not so much like control her body, but...
Seems like the cast Danganronpa have ways to expel the kind of possession shit.
Yeah, no, it puts him at risk, but Afton is also like, I believe in the books he uses somebody's body to disguise himself like them. Like, he's not just going to go into the body and then make it obvious.
What's the name
of that body?
What's the name of Chihiro's computer version?
That's what's it called? That's alter ego.
Right.
That's it. Alright, so, here's the final argument. They can both kill everybody, but only Springtrap can kill alter ego. Because he can become Glitch Trap.
He'll get more kills, I think, because he's faster.
Doesn't alter ego have a way to, like, hack into the building itself? Because, like,
No.
No. I thought...
No. Wait, was that an argument for or against me?
I'm saying, like, use the building's own weapons. Or
never mind. Actually... Yes, alter ego can do that.
No.
Like, that is actually a good point. Like, you could potentially not only like hack the Monokuma Joan, but just like all the towing guns are also just around Hope's Peak Academy, which would give him more options to kill.
Why does Freddy kill, Max?
Why does Freddy kill? He likes it.
Okay, so I'm going to make a little point against my own side here. But the reason that Springtrap started killing was out of resentment and jealousy for the family that his business partner had. And he only ever killed kids. I feel like Freddy might be a bit...
which is like what we're dealing with.
Freddy might be a bit more, I guess, enthusiastic about this.
Oh, he's gonna love it. He's gonna go fucking crazy out there.
I don't know. Springtrap really, like, as Springtrap, he doesn't actually do that much killing. Like he tries to kill the security guard, I guess. But that's about it.
Slow walk, jump scare.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna terrify you with a dig along with just walking up to him.
Also, he's
asking for the Wi-Fi password.
Also, he's British, which is a pretty hefty disadvantage.
These kids are used to fighting technology. Like that's what Monokuma creatures and like that.
Oh right, I haven't even. Would either of them? Would the Danganronpa cast kick their asses?
No, I'm pretty sure all of them would mess both of them up.
Yeah, I think by the end of it, Freddy's going back to hell, but I think he's just getting to higher kill count.
Okay,
I think both of them are going to die.
Yeah, it's everything a Rampa character.
Okay, well, yeah. In that case,
I think Sako alone could take the both of them out.
I guess at that point, the debate for me is kind of coming down to like, what's the more safe option between Freddy teleporting away and like teleporting behind people and killing them, or Springtrap turning invisible and then killing them.
They're pretty.
If he can initially hack the turrets, then I think that he gets more kills because they're ones who could definitely take on all the turrets and like just disarm them both pretty much of any sort of attack. But the turrets would definitely kill off a good amount of the
There are plenty of low tier Danganronpa characters that would be killed by the Monokuma Jones or the gunfire.
I think
to hack that shit, doesn't he have to like hack into alter ego?
To hack into Monokuma, no.
Okay.
Not Monokuma, no.
But the turret's around, yeah.
Monokuma's pretty tough. It might be hard to kill him for Springtrap.
I'm not killing him. I more mean like hacking into Monokuma
get over. You don't have to kill the person because when Springtrap possessed somebody, that person was still alive and fully aware of what they were doing. So
he could always, if he did the great death battle idea and went up to Junko. And pressed her.
So I see you're kidnapping children, huh?
Junko, this can't go on any longer. Get out of here while you still can. I will defeat you, Junko, in the name of justice.
Little noble Springtrap, that guy.
I don't know if I want to win this one, but okay.
I think like taking over the Monokuma is gonna eventually, the higher tiers are gonna take care of that. But at the very least, that's an easy way to take out multiple people at once. At the very least, like Freddy can only kill. It's gonna have to kill like one person at a time. Well, it'll be Springtrap, multiple Monokumas, throwing guns.
I keep thinking of abilities that I think Freddy has, and I remember it's Dream Freddy. He really got.
If it was Dream Freddy, he would have fucking crushed it here. But he's only got reputation.
Freddy really got his balls chopped off.
Yeah, that's why I hate the match of Freddy versus Springtrap to begin with. You gotta chop off Freddy's balls.
That's a quote and a half.
It's lame as Freddy that we only see in Nightmare 2 and Freddy versus Jason. That's what we get. I think Springtrap wins. We got one! FNAF got one!
Yeah, there you go.
Good job.
Yay!
Balls off.
Alright, FNAF fans, you can rejoice and
you got one, buddy.
You got one. Now you know how I feel.
Soul to rest.
Is this our last? Is this our last FNAF?
Yeah, I think we've banned FNAF for wave 2.
And we will see you guys in the next episode where we'll tackle some more matches.
Bye, guys.
Maybe I'll have something to say. I don't know anything about FNAF. Yay!